Doing this morning. I hope you're all doing wonderful. If this is your very first time watching me, then welcome. My name is Dr. Michelle, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. I want to first start by saying thank you so much to every single one of you who have left comments, who leave me messages on Instagram, emails, those of you who support my podcast and my Instagram page. I love you all, and I thank you so much for your support. You have no idea how much it means to me, and I'm truly grateful. Whew, got a little teary-eyed, but I just want to start off by saying that because you don't know how much you impact me, and I don't know how much I impact you either, but I pray and hope that these videos are helpful. So today I want us to discuss 3 life-changing feminine habits that I urge you to consider. These are things that I want you to incorporate into your life as daily practices and daily routines that will hopefully become your normal autopilot. As a woman in this world, we have so much going on. We have to take care of ourselves, our children, our families, elders, some of us work. We have a lot going on, but we are essential to this world. And if we are not cared for, everything crumbles. They say, you heard that saying, when mama ain't happy, no one's happy. And that's just the truth. We have to ensure that we are our best selves so everyone can be happy. And that starts with caring for you, inside and out. So if you're interested in learning 3 feminine habits to incorporate into your life, go ahead and sit back, relax, grab something to drink, something to write with, and let's jump into the video. The first feminine habit that I urge you to incorporate into your life is curated care. I would like for you to create a routine for yourself, a skincare routine and a body care routine, to ensure that you are truly dedicating time to your temple. Your body is your temple, and I'll talk about this more in later videos, so please subscribe. But this is a crucial part of being a woman, is your body, and it has to be cared for. There really aren't any exceptions. You hold children in your body, okay? That's major. Your body gives them life and nutrients. You have to care for it. And even without having a child, you are important. You have purpose, and you need to be cared for. So the first thing I urge you to do is create a skincare routine for yourself. This is something that's going to be tailored to you and your skin concerns, your skin needs. Take some time and evaluate what's going on with your skin and stick to whatever you decide to do. Morning and evening, you should have a routine. You should exfoliate. That is how you get new skin. If you struggle with acne or hyperpigmentation or any skin concerns, you should have them addressed with a dermatologist, or you can use whatever resources are available to you. Thank God for the internet. We have everything now at our fingertips. You can search for anything and find it. So take advantage of that and curate a routine for your skin. This also includes a body care routine. Your body should not be neglected. Even if it's always covered up, it doesn't matter. Take some time and exfoliate your body. Every shower shouldn't be you just jumping in and rubbing yourself with soap really fast and hopping out and throwing your clothes on. You should have days that are dedicated to exfoliation, getting rid of that dead skin and bringing new skin, new life. And you can exfoliate your skin in multiple ways. I have about 3 or 4 ways that I exfoliate. I'll use an exfoliating scrub, like a sugar scrub, and this one I love. It's called Coco Colada, and it's a shea sugar scrub. Smells like pineapples, perfect for the summertime. But some days I'll use this, some days I'll use a dry brush. So what that is a regular brush for your body, and I'll brush my skin with it before I take a shower. And this helps with my blood circulation. It helps with my skin in terms of like the dead skin being peeled off. It also helps with smoothness, body hair, KP, everything. I'll do a video in the future on dry brushing, but it is life-changing. So that's another way. You can also use exfoliating lotions and exfoliating soaps. This one I picked up called Glytone. I really like it. It's an exfoliating lotion, and it also has a soap that I also use. And this is a chemical exfoliant, so it's harsher. It's a little bit more rigorous, I guess you could say. You don't feel like it's harsher, but it's going deeper into your skin and doing a little more. But it's another way of exfoliating if you don't want to like brush your skin. But you'll see changes in your skin when you start exfoliating. Changes like your knees. If you have dark knees, they will lighten. Again, if you have KP or any like bumps on your skin that just kind of won't go away, it helps. So take some time and evaluate what your body needs. Talk to your dermatologist, because you may require medical grade ointments, which is fine, but you don't know what you don't know. So go in, don't be afraid. This is your body. This is your face. It's yours. So you need to know how to take care of it, and then you need to actually take care of it. I know in one of my past videos I talked about taking showers, and I recommended that you take a shower twice a day. And I saw some pushback in the comments. People were kind of like, what do you mean twice a day? Who does that? Well, I do it. And the reason why is because I exercise. So if I wake up in the morning and I take a shower and I exercise at like 4 p.m. and I'm running and I'm sweating and I'm just like working it out, I'm gonna require a shower afterwards. And so are you. Okay, you need to take 2 showers a day if you're exercising. If you're not, you don't have to. You don't have to do any of this stuff. These are just recommendations. But I want you to know that there's not just one type of shower. People kind of think that if you're going in the shower, that means that you're scrubbing yourself down, and that's not the case. I want you to curate a routine for yourself. Make it beautiful. Make it what you want it to be. You can take a shower with just a shower oil, and you're actually moisturizing your body in the shower. You can take a shower with just some bath salts or just like some foam and bubbles, where you're not in there to really clean. You're in there to relax. You're in there to nourish. And in addition to that, ladies, it doesn't just end with your shower. Once you get out of the shower, you should be moisturizing your skin. You're using your oils and your butters and your creams to nourish it and soften it and replenish whatever the shower took away. That is your time to do that. So I don't want you ladies thinking that you hop out of the shower and you just put on your clothes. You should always be lotioning your body, adding oils to it, and helping it to feel and look smooth. This is all part of your feminine essence. As a woman, when people see you, when you see yourself, you want to look polished and you want to look clean. Okay, this is very important. Curate yourself a routine for your face and for your skin. Dedicate the time to yourself. Now, of course, when it comes to skincare, I'm not going to leave out the internal stuff. Although that's not what this video is about, you do have to remember to drink lots of water, especially now that it's summertime, and eat fruits and vegetables to keep your skin supple and healthy, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to cut down all this other stuff when your skin is hydrated from the inside. Now, I'm just gonna slide this in, okay? It's also important that your whole body is clean, so your hair is clean. Make sure, it doesn't matter if your hair is natural or not, that you are washing it, that you are conditioning your hair. Your hair should smell good. It shouldn't smell like sweat or, just funk because you haven't washed it in 2 months because it's in braids. That's not an excuse to have dirty hair because it's in braids. You can find ways to still wash your hair even when it's in a protective style. Your hair and your hands and your clothes should not smell like smoke, should not smell like alcohol, which does happen when you're excessively drinking. And I know this because I've run into plenty of women who do smell like alcohol because it's coming from their pores. It's coming from their skin and they don't even know. Okay, no one has told them because, you don't go around just telling people stuff like that. It can be hurtful. But if you love someone, if you know someone, you love them, and you tell them, listen, I can smell the alcohol through your skin. That's serious business, but it needs to be addressed because we are all connected. You are responsible for your sister. Okay? We have to all get on the same page. This is femininity. So because I am your sister and because I love you, I'm telling you, please take a real self-evaluation, just you, and work on all of these things. You want to be able to look past yourself in the mirror and be happy. So many of you are running away from yourself. You're running away from the mirror. You're running in the bathroom, spending 10 minutes in your shower, and that's it. And that's just not enough. Okay? You should love looking at yourself. You are beautiful, and you're here for a reason. Nothing about you was a mistake, but you have to get back to yourself now, and you have to take over everything that God's given you and make the best out of it. And if you don't want to bother with it yourself and you have the financial means, then please, by all means, let someone else do it. Okay? Let someone else care for you. Let someone else do your nails, do your hair, give you mud baths. You can go to a spa and get exfoliations. You don't have to do it at home. These things are not things you have to do by yourself. You can find other ways to get it done as long as it gets done. Everything is important, as I always say, but you, my dear, are the most important. So please take care of yourself from the outside in. Another life-changing feminine tip that I would love for you to develop and incorporate into your life is emotional balance. As a woman, we are allowed to express ourselves emotionally, which is a beautiful thing. However, as women, we have to make sure that we are reeling that thing in and making sure that we are really balanced. Now, as a psychologist, I don't take this lightly. I understand the seriousness of emotions and where they stem from, why they manifest the way that they do. However, I'm also very aware that you are responsible for them and you can manage them in a way that allows you to feel when it's appropriate. Okay, so what do I mean by this? It's a great thing that we as women are socialized to be able to be open about our feelings and our emotions, and we don't have to have so much emotional control as much as men are asked to have. However, depending on your culture, depending on your upbringing, your emotions may be a little bit all over the place. They could be hidden, they can be excessive, but what we want is to create balance. A lot of your emotional expression, what you're going to find is either cultural or dependent on how you were raised as a woman. Were you allowed to share your emotions? Were you allowed to express them? I know for me, this is a really sensitive topic because growing up, I didn't really have that many emotions that I was sharing. I wasn't always allowed to express pain. It's something that actually helped me, but also hurt me. In a lot of ways, I wasn't really allowed to show when I was in pain. And I took that with me as an adult. And when it kind of all fell apart, I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop with the emotional outbursts. Once I discovered I had all these emotions, I found myself just out of control emotionally, really, in terms of my alone time. I can always manage in public. But I'm talking about when it's just me. And this is something I'm still working on, ladies. I'm a very emotional person. And suppressing them for so long, I didn't even realize. So I had to also find balance in figuring out how can I express myself without being an emotional burden or being out of control emotionally to where I'm ruining things that are important to me, like relationships. You might be like me in the sense that you can manage your emotions really well when you're, say, at work or just in public, but when it comes to your very personal relationships, like friends, family, significant others, they get to see that side of you. But as a feminine woman, you have to manage this. This is so crucial. So many of you ladies are ruining things in your life because of your emotions. What you have to develop are emotional strategies to help you during different situations. And sadly, we learn a lot of our emotional strategies from our parents. We watch how they deal with stuff, and that's usually how we deal with it. But what if you never saw your parents dealing with anything? Or what if they weren't dealing with it the way you thought they were dealing with it? You know, it's very confusing. So what I encourage you to do is spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself, jotting down your feelings, just writing out how you feel. You can throw it in a voice note to yourself. You know, you can use like a voice recorder and just like get it out. You can cry, okay? You can cry. You should cry. You should get it out. Now, I suggest that you cry when it's just you, because a lot of times crying can be a lot for people. They may not understand why you're crying. They may try and fix it when they don't really have to. And like I said, it can become an emotional burden to others. So that's why you have God, okay? That's why you have God. So take time when it's just you and God, and talk to God and allow yourself to do things like meditate. Meditation is major for emotional balance. I talk a lot about meditation, but I will do a video specifically on how I meditate and how I view meditation, because it may be very different than how others view it. But in short, I use meditation as time to pray and to hear from God. So I'll sit there and I'll pray, and then I'll cry, because I cry almost every single day, which is excessive, I know. But I feel so much. And you ladies have not helped, because your comments have me crying half the time. But in that time with God, after I pray and I ask for whatever I need, after I cry, I just sit there. I sit there in silence and I breathe and I allow God to talk to me. I listen. Okay? I listen. And I strongly encourage you to do the same. Take some time every single day and get in touch with your emotions. Because as a lady, you are expected to be able to manage yourself in all situations. You should not be getting so out of control that you're fighting. Fighting is unacceptable. There is no reason why you should ever have to use your physical aggression to prove a point. If you are fighting, put that behind you. But fighting and that aggression is what comes when you're emotionally unbalanced, when you haven't had any emotional releases. That's what stays. So we have to release ourselves. And it's important for whoever you're interacting with. People want to know that you're human. You have to have emotional range. You can't be so closed off that people don't even know you. That a person can be your friend and not even actually know you. That a person can be dating you and not even actually know you. That is a concern. Now, it may not be a concern for you because you're like, hey, you know, I'm in this thing and they don't even know me. But it's a concern for them. And eventually, you will find out that it's a concern for them. And I don't want that to be the case, because it may not be in the best way. It's important that you know that emotions are temporary, and it's a beautiful thing to feel. It is a beautiful thing to feel. You cannot feel extreme happiness if you've never known what it feels like to be sad. You just can't. It's necessary to feel so you can feel it all, and allow the feelings to come and go. Don't try to hold on to sadness. Don't try to hold on to happiness. It will come back. Allow yourself that emotional range. Allow yourself. The third feminine habit that I would love for you to incorporate into your life so it can truly transform you is watching your mouth. Watch that mouth, girl. And I'm talking about how you talk about yourself. So many of us, when we talk, we use language that's very negative and very depreciative. And unfortunately, what you don't realize is that you're creating paths, freeways, channels in your brain to continue down that negative cycle. When you're speaking about yourself, it should always be in the best form, even if you're trying to be different. So for example, you should never be talking about yourself and saying things like, I'm ugly, my voice is ugly, my teeth are ugly, I hate my smile, my life sucks, I'm mean, I'm jealous, I'm impatient. You are not. If you're truly trying to break out of something, you can no longer talk about yourself as if it is. So what you should start saying are things like this. I'm working on being more patient. I'm working on loving myself. I'm on my way to becoming more beautiful. When you're speaking about yourself, it should always be in a positive form. Even if you don't believe it yet, it doesn't matter. Your brain is picking up on all these things. These positive messages are received by your brain and they start rewiring how you see yourself. They start changing the things that are attractive to you. And ultimately, you end up being a happier person because you're not judging, you're not self-criticizing. And in turn, what you'll find is that once you're able to really master that with yourself, you will be kinder in how you speak to other people, how you see other people. All of it is connected. Your subconscious mind is picking up everything you say, everything. And it can't distinguish between what you really believe and what you're just saying. So if every day you're telling people how ugly you are, your body, your subconscious mind is picking up all of those things. And it's like creating these freeways. Think about it like this. Pick a car. Okay, pick a Lambo. Pick whatever car you want. I'm going to pick a Lambo. Thank you. A pink one. I'm going to have the Lamborghini represent something negative I'm saying. So this is going to be, I am ugly. When you lease that I am ugly Lamborghini and you hop in it, because it is a lease, you're giving it back. It's not going to be yours. That I am ugly Lamborghini and you take off in it, you're putting miles and miles and miles and miles on that Lambo, girl. And the further you drive with it, like the more you say it, the more your mind thinks about it every day, about how ugly you are. Every day it comes back to it. That's more miles you're putting on that Lambo. And when it's finally time to take it back in, when you finally realize, you know what, I'm actually not ugly. I'm actually kind of cute. It will require you to fetch that Lamborghini, bring it back, and pay for all of those miles that you put on it before getting your I am beautiful Ferrari. Okay, so it's super important that you know that you're paying for it. Every time you are saying negative things about yourself, referring to yourself in a negative way, you are paying for it. It's not free. And it's also not a Lambo, girl. If it's negative, it is not a Lambo. It is a 1980 Honda. And that's just a very light example to get your mind rolling. But whenever you're doing something new, you have to change everything. The inside matters in terms of how you see yourself, how you speak about yourself. It's like getting a brand new iPhone and throwing your old battery in it. You have an old battery. You still think you're ugly. That old battery is not going to power this phone up. And if it does, the battery is not going to last because this new phone is powerful. You're stepping into your feminine. That's powerful. That old battery is not going to power this baby. You're going to have to get a new one. And you get that by connecting with God, finding out who you are, why you're here, and changing your dialogue immediately. Like today, you cannot continue speaking about yourself in a negative way. Even if you don't believe it, start speaking about yourself like you do. Now, I do have one more tip for you ladies, but I'll save that for my podcast. So So if you don't know, I do have a podcast that's available on all major podcast platforms. So definitely subscribe to that so that you can stay tuned into everything that I'm doing. I do Q&As, so if you have questions for me, then leave me a voice message. Leave me a voice message. I will link it below, and I will play your message during my podcast and answer your question. That helps me to stay connected to you. And if you're already following me on those platforms, then thank you so much. I appreciate that. I just want you ladies to know that everything is a work in progress. No one just gets to be whoever they want to be immediately. Life is going to take you through ups and downs, and you don't have to be perfect, but you have to start somewhere. God is amazing, and with so many things with myself, they are still a work in progress. You do not have to be perfect to be blessed, okay? I'm not perfect. Everything in my life is a blessing, including my fiance. I was not perfect when I met him. I did not have half of these feminine behaviors down when I met him. That was a blessing. God loves you, and you do not have to be perfect to receive his love and his blessings. You don't. But you do have to try. You do have to want to be the best person that you can be. You do have to follow the urges that God gave you to be that person. That is so important, and I don't want you to miss that. And as a woman, as a feminine woman, you are held to a different standard. And it's not just for you, it's for the world. Because when mama's happy, everybody's happy. I love you ladies so much, and I thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for listening and just giving me your attention. Thank you for all of your encouragement and all of your kind words. You ladies do so much for me. I can't even begin to tell you, but I love you, and I thank you for all of your support. I hope that I see you in the next video. Please share this video with anyone that you think could benefit from it, because we are all connected. I hope you ladies have a blessed week, and I will see you in the next video. Big kisses to you all. Mwah. Peace, love, and light.